Are you looking to start your own podcast, but you don't know where to start when it comes to equipment? There's a lot out there, and you can go out there and waste money if you don't know exactly where to start and what to look for. I'm going to give you guys what I started with and what I use myself, so you guys don't got to go through the trouble of being confused or wasting money. Let's get into the podcast. What's up, guys? It's your boy Ty, and I appreciate you guys coming to check me out. I know this is a little different from what I usually do, but today we're going to be talking about podcasting equipment. Podcasting is a new thing and everyone wants to start their own podcast, but I know it can be a little confusing when it comes to what equipment to buy, especially with so many reviews going on and things like that. I want to be clear real quick and show you guys what works. First, I would like to say, if you are about to start a podcast, make sure you know what to expect. Podcasting can be a little time consuming and it takes work. You look at the best podcasts and they have hundreds of episodes, right? They have a lot of episodes and plenty more episodes to go. So just know that podcasting can be a long track. So starting off, it doesn't have to be the best sounding, the best quality. And I say that to say this: you don't want to have to go out there and buy a mic that costs $300 and you decide you don't even want to stick with podcasting. You decide after the first 3-4 episodes you ran out of topics and it's a little hard finding topics and keeping up. You don't want to do that. So I would recommend that you start off with something a little cheap until you really get moving. All right. So with that being said, the cheapest podcasting equipment, I'm going to set you up for success right now. So I started out with these. The light. You probably can't see it right now. So bam. I started with these. And these are the Movo Lavalier clip-on interview podcast microphone with a secondary mic, and it also has a monitoring input jack. So again, these right here started off my whole first podcast. And if you guys go back and look at my YouTube channel, I used to have a mic on. That was that mic, and it was very good. I started off at first with a low quality one, but once I went to the Movo PM20 TAC S, the sound quality was a lot different. Even on my YouTube channel, it was a lot different. So that makes a difference, and Movo has you covered, and you can start off with those right now. Like, I guess because it's a Cyber Monday thing going on, you can catch that setup for $24. And again, it comes with the mic for the host. You hook it right up to your phone. Easy. You can hook it right up to your phone. It got a mic for you, and you had to plug in some headphones, and you can start recording yourself. And it also has a mic for your guest if you want that. So of course you would have to have some headphones. If you don't already have headphones, you can check out. Everybody loves these headphones, and I got them on right now. All right, and they're the OneOdio wired over-the-ear headphones for monitoring, and they work perfect. These headphones come in at about $26, so that's 24 plus 26. You can start podcasting today for $50. Easy setup, and this is exactly how I started out doing my podcast on my phone. I use this setup for a lot of my videos, especially the videos where you don't see me. I started off, especially the stock videos and things like that, I was doing it right from my phone. Wherever I could find a little quiet spot, I plug it up, and I was good to go. You know what I mean? It's the easiest way to start your podcast for the low. In the description and in the comment section. It'll take you to my Amazon store, which of course I get commissions off, but it's no extra charge to you, to this equipment that I use myself. And like I said, you can check it out. $50. You can start podcasting today. $50 easy. And of course, if you guys don't already have a place to start your podcast at, there's a bunch of different spaces out there too to start your podcast on. But I started with Anchor because Anchor is free. You can start broadcasting from Anchor for free, and it's even to the point that I earn money from Anchor now because they run ads on my podcast. So again, you can start podcasting for free with Anchor, and if you get this set up, $50, you ready to start podcasting and talking about whatever you want to talk about. Even have something for the guests and monitoring for editing. And on Anchor, you can even edit on Anchor, like I said, for free. $50, you ready to go. All right, now for my more adept podcasters, or got people that want to start off with a little bit more. You already know that podcasting is something that you want to do. You want to start off, out the gate with some good equipment. I'm going to show you guys exactly where you should start. So first off, if you want to start off out the gate, you need one of these. I know you know what this is. I know you've seen a bunch of videos out there about this thing. This thing is the truth. And make sure you check it out in the description in my store. But this thing is the truth. And if you don't know, this is the Zoom PodTrak P4 portable multi-track podcast recorder. And this thing is powerful. So with this, you can have up to 4 guests with an XLR microphone. And XLR, for you guys that don't know, is a microphone that actually has a cord, and you can send power to the microphone, so you get a little bit more you can get a little bit more punch. So that's exactly why XLR mics are supposed to be a little bit superior. It's still a little competition between USB and XLR, but I like the XLR because I actually noticed a big difference when my microphone was the XLR. So the PodTrak, you can have up to 4 people up there. They all can have their own earphones, and something that you can do on the PodTrak that you can't do on that first setup that I was talking about is adjust the volume on each person speaking. So if you have just a one mic cord going to your phone, like I said, if you get the lavalier, the clip-ons, you will only be able to have one volume for your sound. You can edit it and all of that on the computer or whatever, but you're only going to have one line for your volume. So it's pretty good to be able to control that. That was one of the things that I noticed, because I had speakers. Some speakers are light speakers. Some speakers are loud. Me, I'm a loud person, but then somebody else might be a little soft spoken. So with the PodTrak, I can change the volume on the speakers, which is pretty good. Another thing that you can do with the PodTrak is you actually can have callers call in and have them recorded on the PodTrak, which is pretty dope. You don't need your phone at all. You just need an SD card, and you're good to go. And of course, you can hook it up to the computer. You can hook it up to your phone. I usually just use it on the PodTrak. I start recording and keep it moving. So that's the PodTrak, and the PodTrak is, again, powerful. It's one of them things that you need to have on your arsenal if you're gonna be upgrading. Of course, there's other things that you can get, but when you're using XLR mics, you have to have some type of interface, and the PodTrak serves as that. If you don't have something like the PodTrak, you'll have to have some type of converter or mixer for that purpose. But that's what the PodTrak does, and it's perfect for podcasters. So the Zoom PodTrak P4 is the recorder or interface for your XLR microphones. So now, of course, you need your XLR microphones. And I would recommend Movo again. It's a 2-pack Movo universal cardioid condenser microphone kit with the scissor arm. Alright, these arms are the truth, with the scissor arms and the shock mount and pop filter. And I do use these. Any of the interviews that you heard on my podcast, I was using these Movo mics. They are pretty decent. I have no gripes with these Movo mics, especially for the price. You know, it comes in at $100 for those 2 mics, the pop filters and the arms. That's a hell of a deal. So you're looking at about $190 for the PodTrak, then $100 for the 2 mics and 2 arms. And you know, as you guys can see, the pop filter, I don't use the pop filter for real. And one of the reasons that I don't use the pop filter is to help you stop your P's from sounding popping and all of that. You guys can notice I'm not popping, right? It don't matter. Pop filter, it takes the sound away from your mic. At least just what I noticed when I use that pop filter, it makes the sound a lot weaker. But if you have a decent mic, you don't need all of that. And these Movos definitely work. Right now I'm not using the Movo though. Right now I'm using something different, but we're going to talk about that too. So if you bought that, so you have the PodTrak, then you have the 2 microphones by Movo with the extender arm, and that is going to bring you about $290. And last but not least, you need the headphones. And again, I would recommend the same headphones, the OneOdios. And you're talking about 2 of those at $26. That's about $52. So grand total for this whole setup would be $342. So that's a nice setup if you plan on interviewing people. If you want to make sure that you got legit podcasting equipment, that you don't really need to use your phone, you got your extender arms, and that's a decent setup. You won't need anything for a while until you just really want to upgrade some things. But if you do not plan on doing a lot of interviewing, I would recommend this mic. That's what I'm speaking on right now, and it's the Marantz professional microphone. And I had bought this microphone and I didn't know how powerful this microphone was. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because before I bought this PodTrak right here, I had this. I'm gonna show you. I had got this. This is the Zeal Sound. I know you guys, if you've been shopping around, you probably seen this before. And it comes with, you know, an interface and a microphone, and you know, it's okay, but it wasn't bringing out the power of this microphone right here. So I thought it was weak. So before I bought the PodTrak, I was like, man, I thought it was weak. And that interface is okay. I still use it for when I do recordings with my son, because it got a voice changer up there, and I'm gonna leave it in my Amazon store too, because it was something I bought, and it has a voice changer up there. It has a lot of things you can play with, like the treble, the bass of your voice, and things like that. But it wasn't really doing what I needed it to do when it came to how I was using it and recording it, because I was using it with my phone, and the sound quality, it was okay. I just felt like the PodTrak right here is a lot better. I bought that early on because, again, it was something that had the interface and the XLR mic. It was easy. You guys can see the price of it, but really I didn't need to buy that. You guys can see it in my Amazon store. Again, I use it for my son because I teach my son how to do a little bit of podcasting, and we play around with it, and he likes it because it has cool sound effects, all the things like that. So I use it as a play toy for my son, for real. And FYI, he's 3. So, you know, that's what I use that for. But I'm trying to give you guys this game so you don't go out there and buy the wrong thing and waste your money on things that you really don't need. And again, this I got off track. So I was plugging this microphone into that, and it didn't sound good. And I had moved to the Movos. I thought that was just a weak microphone. I started using the Movos up here. But then today, before I started doing this, I plugged this microphone up, and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Not like the lady though, but this is a pretty good microphone, and this microphone can cost you about $50. So and it also comes with a shock mount and a little tripod, and you guys can get that too. If you just want to have one microphone, it doesn't come with the boom arm and things like that, so it's a little different. If you want to do interviews and stuff, I still would recommend the Movo because it's the best value, and those microphones sound pretty good. Matter of fact, I can show you what it sounds like. So now I'm on the Movo mic, and as you guys can see, it still sounds pretty decent. I just like this other mic that I got right here because I just seen like the background noise is a little bit different. I don't hear as much background noise on this mic right here. So like I said, I do like this mic too, and this is the Movo. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference in it, but it's still a good mic, as you guys can hear. You got to make sure you turn it the right way, of course, but it's still a decent mic. So yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, those are the cheapest ways to start podcasting. And sidebar, a little extra equipment if you guys want to spend a little extra. If you want to start cheap, like I said, that $50 setup will do you justice for a while until you actually, get somebody to buy you a gift or something like that, because it is Christmas time. Hey, you guys can use the link and then send it to somebody to say, hey, this is what I want for Christmas or something like that, because it is holiday time. It's coming up. So you might as well get some podcasting equipment for free by telling them to buy it for you. Hey, that's what I did a lot of times. If it's something that I want to do, hey, buy me this. Thank you. I appreciate it. A couple things that I would actually pick up to go along with some of the things that I showed you. If you like the $50 setup, cool, you're good. You'll be good with that for a while. But if you get the other setup, some things that I would recommend is a battery pack. I would recommend a battery pack for the PodTrak. As you guys can see, the PodTrak comes with AA batteries. It needs batteries, which is good. It can run off battery power, but that battery life is kind of low, especially if you have long podcasts and you're actually having long conversations. You can find yourself buying a lot of different batteries. So a battery pack is key. That's what I use. That's what I do. I plug my PodTrak up to a battery pack if I don't have it like by a computer. Like right now it's hooked to the computer, but when I'm not hooked to the computer, I'm definitely using a battery pack so I can have that energy and not just rely on batteries, because I don't know, it's 2022, man. You don't want to be relying on batteries like that. Keep going to the store, buy batteries, especially if you plan on using your podcasting equipment a lot. All right. And something else I recommend, if you are buying all of this podcasting equipment, make sure you got something to keep it in. You see what I'm saying? Make sure you have something to keep it in. And I say this because you spend a lot of money on this stuff, and if you don't have anything to keep it in, you're going to damage your equipment. You're going to be mad. I got kids running around, so when I saw one of my sons with one of the daggone electrical cords all slobbing on it, I was like, what are you doing? Man, it won't plug up, of course, but they put everything in their mouth, man. And he's just slobbed in my stuff. Sheesh. But you got to make sure you put your equipment up. So, of course, I use this. I use that now so I can make sure I put my equipment up. You don't want to damage anything that you spent your money on or been gifted, Oh, and lastly, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people like to be recorded when they do their podcast. My podcast is strictly my voice a lot of times. That's why I like to make sure I got decent podcasting equipment for my voice. I like to mess with the microphones and things like that to see what's the best. But if you like to be seen, like this video, if you're looking for a webcam, I use the Logitech I had this webcam for a while. I had this since I did my first YouTube video. No, not my first YouTube video. I went through some trial and error. But if you need a webcam and you don't want to record from your phone, check out the webcam in the store too. And this webcam is the Logitech, what is it? I think it's 922. But this cam is always sold out and is one of those ones that's highly rated. Right now, I think it's like $60. Man, pop up right here. It's like $60. When I bought it, I think it was like 120, but that was like 2 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. But that camera still holds up. If you looking for a webcam too, and of course the lights and things like that. But let me know about this though before we get out of here. I appreciate y'all checking me out, and I appreciate you like rocking with me. And again, these are things that I use. I'm not sponsored by anybody yet. Maybe somebody will sponsor me one day. I don't know. But it's just things that I use myself. No one sent me anything in this video. And the Amazon store is just my store. So it's all me, not sponsored. Maybe, like I said, maybe somebody will send me some free stuff and I can be sponsored. But let me know about this. Do you guys think podcasting and videos are the same nowadays? I said this because when I think about podcasting, I think about, somebody on the radio and, you talking about something, you got a topic about something, and you don't see me. You don't see me. But nowadays, it's like podcasting is a video. It's like a live streaming TV show or something like that. And I don't know, people be getting the words mixed up. I don't know. Am I tripping? Podcasting to me is you hear my voice, you hear me in your ear, and I'm talking about a topic, and you can call in, and I have different topics and comments, and I can a radio show. That's what I think about podcasting. But like I said, nowadays people want to be seen while they do it. Is that podcasting? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know what you think, but let me know in the comments what you think, and then we can talk about it. But make sure you check this equipment out, and whatever you do, if you are starting a podcast, good luck to you, and drop your link in the comments, man. If you're about to start a podcast, I'll come check you out, especially if you use some of the equipment or found this video useful. All right, I appreciate y'all checking me out. Peace.